Hello, Wharton. I want to say first off, thank you guys for taking us on as a project. For sure, we really appreciate it. Grassroots United is got several gaps in the organization itself, in an organization that fills gaps, and really appreciate you guys helping to fill this. Quick, brief history on myself and Grassroots. I've been working in disasters around the world since the tsunami in Southeast Asia with other organizations of all sorts. Focusing a lot on trying to get organizations to collaborate, and or the lack of collaboration amongst organizations. You know, you've got so many people with the same vision, the same goal, not working together to accomplish that. Once the earthquake hit, Grassroots United was formed about 2 days afterwards, probably about a year ago from date, and been on the ground in Haiti ever since. It's been a long year, but there's a lot of work that's done. Everybody's kind of got their place. There's a real lack of coordination amongst all the different organizations. That's kind of what we really focus on. A couple of the key principles that it was based on. I mean, one key principle is that if you look at a need long enough and you really dig enough in an assessment, you will most likely find somebody else that is already trying to address that need, and somebody that will be addressing it long after you're gone. So what we do is we find those groups and we build capacity in them and help them. We're a bit of a middleman, you know what I mean? We do a couple frontline projects, but for the most part we do a little bit behind the scenes, logistics, capacity building, this sort of stuff. It's been an interesting trip to come into Haiti with no money, essentially, just an idea, and a lot of support from family and friends, and launch into truly one of the most difficult places in the world to operate and to thrive. And it's been an interesting ride. Now it's time to definitely take it to the next level, to where we're getting ready to be able to deploy to future disasters with a large capacity and being able to make a larger impact more immediately. It has taken a year to get to the point where we are now, and it's been a long year.
My name is Chad Walsh. I'm Operations Director for Grassroots United and Country Director for Grassroots United Haiti deployment. I've been asked to talk about social media and its implications and benefits to Grassroots in general, and how it can benefit us and others that we connect with. There are a few different ways I think it can benefit us. Connecting donors to our accomplishments, and those that have donated being able to see progress in a way and quantity that's digestible by them, I see as a really strong conversation, considering that normal donation-based charity stuff is based on newsletters and email chains. I think that the amount that somebody wants to digest information-wise is controlled by them. We have various places that we try and do social media. Twitter for immediate, short response, SMS-based conversations and connectivity. Facebook, for obvious reasons, since 500 million plus users. LinkedIn for business connectivity, though it's far to a lesser degree right now. And I would love to get involved with location-based social media like Foursquare. So I see Facebook as the common thread that will tie them all. It's some 400 million users a day, or 4 billion page hits, or some ridiculous amount every day. And if you're in the person's news feed, you're getting visibility, whether it's visibility of people of like interest, visibility of donors seeing where their money's going, or visibility through the conversations of those two people with their friends and branching out from there. And it's short, concise, and digestible. If people want to get more in depth, considering usability and the amount people read online, they can go to our blog. The blog gives an opportunity to have content-based or categorized content, I should say. So those interested in alternative building can see posts of that kind or any other subject without having to read through a newsletter of 5 different subjects they're not interested in. So connecting Facebook to the blog for those that want to get more involved, and connecting Facebook to Twitter and vice versa for those that are have shorter attention spans maybe, are obvious starting points. One thing I noticed about Twitter during the cholera epidemic was we were able to do a lot of logistical work with doctors in country and with medical groups in country stating their needs on Twitter, and we were able to respond to that and connect them to our resources. So it's viable as a disaster relief platform as well as a fundraising or volunteer recruiting platform. So we're hoping to be able to direct individuals in these various industries that are looking to push boundaries towards our core function, and that's connectivity. Further than that and farther down the line, we'd rather have large amounts of small donations than small amounts of large donors that donate a large amount of money, or grants for that matter that can restrict our flexibility as a raw infrastructure. In the long run, I would love to see social media platform, Facebook-like or something similar, where a donor, a volunteer, a company, and an organization, all four of the types of people can converse and discuss and talk about their needs or what they can bring to the table, because it's nice to have donor dollars, but also donors can bring in lots of in-kind donations, and if we can connect in-kind donations with partners or companies that are looking to do something similar, that sort of hub would be a very powerful thing. And considering the user base of a Facebook, it makes sense for it to be integrated into a already large user base. Yeah, that kind of sums up the raw thoughts. And what can be developed from there is to be determined by students of the class.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the legal coordinator here at Grassroots United. One of my roles here is figuring out the best incorporation entity kind of stuff for Grassroots to grow into and to get the 501c3 tax status. We're really taking our time with it because we really want to figure out what's the best structure for Grassroots to be able to grow and to be able to keep funding itself. There are a lot of limitations to 501c3, as I'm sure you all know. So we're really trying to be creative and see what's the best way. How can we maybe charge for some of our services, of course, below market rate and not to everybody, but only to those organizations that can afford it. Those kinds of fundraising ideas we want to be thinking about as we're incorporating and setting up a board, if we choose to do that, and that kind of stuff. The other work I do here is a lot with human resources. I work with Chad on that, really figuring out our best org structure, which seems like something that you could really be helpful with as well. What's the best structure for going forward with the business and with the nonprofit? How can we remain really responsive on the ground and yet still have the infrastructure that we need to respond to a disaster that we can't fathom quite yet? So I guess that's what I would love to see come out of this collaboration, is some ideas from you guys to help me with the sort of the business entity side of things and the organizational side of things, and of course, you know, the 10-year business plan, the fundraising, how we're going to work that all out. And just can't wait to hear all of your ideas about it. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for working with us.
All right, so I know one of the things that you guys are going to be working on and kind of tackling this massive task of a 10-year business plan for an organization that responds to disasters that you can't predict. It's been a real challenge over the last year, being here and kind of building things as they go and being on the ground and trying to raise funds and all this sort of stuff. So a 10-year structured business plan and being able to be more effective more immediately. If our capacity had been where it is now, when we got before this earthquake hit as an organization, there's countless lives that would have been saved during that time. So having the business plan, having infrastructure and things in place ready to deploy, having it flexible to be no idea where or when or how or what, having a bit of that a bit of infrastructure ready to go, a mobile platform as we refer to it, to be able to be truly a lot more effective, a lot more immediately after a disaster. It's a big task. A lot of it would involve a lot of material shipping, a lot of logistics, stuff like this, predictability, some scenarios possibly of where it is and when it is that we would be going, some hypothetical situations. I pose one key question to you. How do you fundraise for a disaster that hasn't happened yet? Because if there's any way that that's possible, you're able to be so much more effective, so much quicker, and that literally comes down to like human lives, you know. So I ask you that. I will be coming up there to talk with y'all a lot more depth on February 8th, and I look forward to meeting all of you.